On the way to Coba, our second excursion, we had an opportunity to stop and explore some of the jungle area, and we took ATVs into the jungle about 10 kilometers, I suppose, and once there we were in a pretty remote area and had an opportunity to do some rappelling and some zip lining, and probably for me the most exciting part of that morning was the opportunity to swim in a subterranean river that went back quite a ways, 400 or 500 meters.
We went into this underwater cave, which was super dark. You had to see by flashlights and whatnot, and the cave was absolutely amazing. There were bats flying above you. The rock formations were so beautiful.
We got to go all the way back and just hear how quiet it was and dark, and there's a ton of bats and stuff, so it's just something you don't get to experience every day.
Before we got to Coba, we also had a very unique and rewarding opportunity to visit a Maya community that still is preserved in the ways of the Maya. A lot of them are involved in crafts, whether it's making blankets, hammocks, jewelry, even tortillas. And it was an amazing opportunity for the students to go into the houses where the Maya people live that are very primitive, made of sticks and thatched huts. People were wonderful, beautiful, very hospitable people.
The Mayan village was another experience where you really got to see how poor they are. They talked about how they hadn't had power, or they just got power recently within like the last 5 years. Like there was this woman just making tortillas on a table, like sitting on a dirt floor, and we got to try them and they were really good. But then also like the children, like they were all barefoot. Even though they have power now, their houses were like still really poor and just kind of run down. It was sad to see that people are still in those conditions while we're just so well off.
It was a really cool village. Like you could see everything that they do. They have to work for their money. The men were out hunting and everything for their food, and the kids were playing and everything. So it was really interesting to see like how they live.
After lunch, we arrived at Coba, which was one of the largest Maya cities on the Yucatan Peninsula. In fact, the place is so large that we had to ride bicycles to get from one point to another as we visited smaller temples, ball courts, stones with glyphs on them that showed some of the Mayan history. Probably the highlight of the day was to climb up to Nahochmul, which is the tallest Maya temple on the Yucatan Peninsula. And I know for a couple of students it was also an opportunity to overcome some challenges of fear of heights, as once on the top they just were taken by the beauty, and from that point on didn't seem to have any concerns about the descent down.
Climbing the temple was pretty terrifying. Like the whole time going up, I was just like, don't look down, don't look down. And then you get to the top and you look down and you realize that going down is even worse. Like you seriously have to sit on each step and like scoot your way down. But just while you're at the top, like you can see for so far, it's like you're on top of the world and you just can see everything. It's absolutely gorgeous.